Hey, Soul Fam. Yes, I'm okay. Did you see, anyone that doesn't know, did you see what happened to me? I was sitting here about to record a video on my mobile because that's what I use. I use my iPhone. So I was getting it ready to put it up on its stand, and I noticed Rudy Red, aka George, above me on this dresser. So I thought, what's he doing? And I clicked live. Well, his head popped up and he looked down with that very mischievous, naughty little grin and just went boop and knocked two photographs down and a pair of binoculars. They did hit me. So it was this video. If you've not seen it, go to my YouTube channel, look under the heading that is shorts, and you will see it. It's literally about 13 seconds long. And interestingly, I've been approached by Viral Hog who want it because they think they can do something with it. So I said, hey, okay, if you think you can do something with it, I'm game. Why not? New moon in Pisces. And welcome to the week ahead, 10th of March to the 16th of March. Today, we have a new moon in Pisces. And it's interesting because I've asked you all what your suggestions might be for a word for the week. And, considering it's a new moon in Pisces today, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that, the first word that came up was from Moki was rest. And then someone else came up, well, actually, I think it was Moki as well, said dream. And then I think it was Falcon Alchemist said, dream a light, dream into being. Do you know this? I don't know whether you have thought about this with any deliberate intent, you guys, but this so fits with a moon in Pisces. Pisces is all about dreaming. This today is a new moon in Pisces. This is giving us a chance to dream our dreams into reality. How cool is that? So I think actually dream, rest, dream into being are all part of the word that I had thought of, which is mindfulness. So, hi everyone. Is there one word for emotional roller coaster? Panic, fear, alcohol. Where do you want me to begin? That's perhaps what I would think, but yeah, no, it's okay, Andy. I haven't got concussion. Well, I don't think so. I am a little tired. Is that a sign of concussion? But then I've been very busy. And I filled in this form this morning for Viral Hog because I thought, oh, go on then, let's do it. Let's see what happens. And I'm not very good at filling in forms. I have a kind of a dyslexia that connected with anything that is to do with form filling. And it just really tired me out. And the concentration, because I had to keep going back and doing it again, because I would have forgotten to have clicked on a certain box. Anyway, it's done. And there we go. I've just seen somebody is mentioning dreary weather in Ohio. Well, in Gozo, Malta, we have basically, we're in the midst of a Sahara gale force wind sandstorm. So because we are in the kind of crook of the arm of Africa. We get a lot of the weather from the Sahara Desert. So we get these terrific windstorms, and that's what we've got the last 2 days. And it's horrible because the dust, you can't stop it getting indoors because it finds every little nook and cranny. And so it messes up your sinuses. It makes your eyes feel like they're full of sand, because they are. And it's actually very tiring because the noise of the wind howling around the building is just enormous. But anyway, so Andy, yes to viral hog. Yes. And so let's see what happens with viral hog. There's my new moon intention. Viral hog, here we come. And they asked, and I gave. I said, why not? Let's make George the assassin into a viral superstar, a super pussycat star. So, yeah, Gem, absolutely, like builder dust. That's absolutely what we've got coming from the Sahara. Listen, let's have a think about this fact that today is the new moon in Pisces. Let me know how you are feeling with this new moon energy, because I see somebody has, oh, you thought, Diane, that I would have a headache. Well, actually, my head did feel a little bit tingly for a couple of hours, but I went on to record the video that I wanted to record, which is actually the full moon penumbral lunar eclipse in Libra, which is on the 25th of March. So I got that done and pre-recorded it. So that'll be up on my channel later this week. I do like that, Andy, George the assassin. And it was the look on his face. Honestly, if you haven't seen that video yet, go to my channel, Astrology with Penny Dix, because look under shorts. It is hysterical. The only other places I put it on was Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And it was from TikTok, because it was actually a friend of mine who said, put it on TikTok, put it on TikTok. I said, oh, I don't ever go on TikTok. I don't know how to do it, but I managed. And that's where Viral Hog came from. So there you go. So, oh, I like that, Andy. Who did their vision boards this weekend? Yes. And oh, Maureen, you have a mood light on here. Well, that's what we need with this Pisces energy. And, you know, interestingly, the word I had come up for the week was mindfulness, because Pisces is about dreaming, in a sense, our thoughts into reality. And also today, Sunday, the 10th of March, Mercury has entered Aries. So Mercury, our planet of communication, has moved into Aries and is in actually an out of sign conjunction with the new moon in Pisces. Now, the new moon in Pisces is conjunct Neptune that rules Pisces. So you've also got this new moon making a sextile, which is a helpful aspect to Uranus, my lovely big outer boy Uranus, our planet of the unexpected. Well, that certainly happened to me on Friday. The planet of the unexpected, shocks and surprises. I keep meaning to go back and look at the chart of what was happening at the moment that happened, because Uranus had to have been doing something in my chart, because it was just hysterical. But this new moon is actually quite I think it's a new moon about keeping grounded in reality, to be honest, because as much as Neptune, Pisces, and the moon are about dreaming and dreaming our dreams into reality, they have to have a little bit of kind of reality base in there. Because remember, Pisces is mutable. So remember, my oceans of emotions, they move with the flow, they go with the flow. And so, yes, Katie, absolutely. Dreams, absolutely. And that fits in with the Pisces energy. So, has anyone had any interesting dreams this week? Let me know in the chat. I'd be really curious to hear. Because with this new moon energy, it's kind of, this new moon is the kind of precursor to our eclipse season, because the penumbral lunar eclipse, the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, which is a cardinal sign, so it's about being proactive. So this is about between now and the full moon, which is in about 2 weeks' time. It's about looking at how you can actually turn some of the dreams that you have into reality. But, you know, they have to be dreams that have a basis in realism. They have to be realistically achievable, because we have to remember that we are at the end of the astrological wheel. We are in the last sign of the zodiac, which is very much about going within. So it is very much about dreaming, and it is very much about dreaming and intuiting, being aware of these other kind of energies, tuning into other frequencies, tuning into frequencies that you've not tuned into before, raising your energy, raising your human sense of consciousness. So let's see what, oh, wow. M. Collinson, you were holding a human heart and it smelt of grapefruits. Bizarre. Well, you know what, you're making me think about the Egyptian Book of the Dead, where they have the scales, the Libran scales, and they weigh the heart on one side of the scales and the feather on the other. And it's, if they can both balance, then that person is shown to have lived a good life and can move further on the journey into the realms of the spiritual beyond for the Egyptian belief system. So, Cosmic BL, you dreamed of white baby mice and mother. And another dream was someone stole your garbage bag and asked, can't you afford a bag? Is there some, metaphorical baggage that you need to shift, I would say to you, Cosmic BL? Is there some metaphoric stuff that you need to let go of? And, I'm thinking of that children's nursery rhyme, Three Blind Mice. Is there somewhere in your life you've not been seeing clearly enough the way forward for you? Is this new moon about you seeing more clearly the way ahead of you? A little bit, hi Shirley, a little bit like the dream of the feather and the heart, or at least the heart smelling of grapefruit. And, grapefruits are an interesting fruit. I love grapefruits, but I'm on statins. And, when you take statins, you can't eat grapefruit because they don't mix well. I don't quite know why, but they don't mix well. And you're very welcome, M. Collinson. I'm only too happy to help. So let's have a think about the energy today, because, as I said, the new moon is sextiling Uranus. This can bring in, I think, interesting surprises from our daydreams, that we suddenly get an idea. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen my post on Facebook that I lost yesterday the 5-pointed little gold star that I wear on this chain. And it was just a silly accident. And I didn't realize when I was out that the chain had come undone. And the star is what I'm most kind of upset about, because my parents had given it to me as part of my 21st birthday present. So I think there's something there in the symbolism of me having to let go of something. Maybe letting go of growing up, I don't know, because that's when you come of age. Maybe it's saying I've come of age and I don't need to hold on to that any longer. What I want to believe, or what I want to hope for, because it hasn't turned up, is that what I want to hope is that it's been found by someone who really needs it, who's someone who really needed to find that star yesterday. And then it seems like it makes it okay. Yes, it hurts, because it's kind of like when we lose something of a sentimental value, it's painful. But it's also about teaching one about detachment, not being attached to objects, things, or people. So the lesson for me perhaps is about to be more detached. And then as I was sitting here earlier, getting ready to do this live tonight, I suddenly remembered that I have a beautiful blue agate stone hanging on a gold pin. And I used to have two, because they were part of a set of earrings. And I lost one of the earrings. And I always felt sad about losing this particular blue agate earring, something else I was attached to and not willing to let go of. So what came into my mind is, oh, I've still got the other blue agate stone. So I went and found it. I found it quite easily. And I've now put it on the chain. So somehow there's some kind of reparation in that, but I do think it is about detachment. Now, where does that then perhaps fit in with dreams? Because we dream about things, we wish for things, we hope for things. If we get attached to the outcome, and this is kind of moving into law of attraction realms, if we become attached to the outcome, it makes it more difficult for the divine to manifest for us what would be helpful or good for us. Because if we're attached to an outcome, we narrow, we narrow down the ability of the divine to creatively give to us what is needed, what we need, rather than what we think we need. So maybe, just maybe, losing my star, I gained some insight through this new moon in Pisces. So I tell these stories because I hope with my kind of thinking and processing that it helps you too to look at your own lives, dreams, attachments, what you're attached to, what you may have lost, what you're still attached to that you have lost. And it teaches us about letting go. So that dreaming into being, we still have to let go of the outcome of what we want to dream into being. Thank you, Andy. Yes, a kind of sweet trade-off. And, my friend that I was with yesterday who helped me, was helping me do my shopping. She said she remembers seeing a father with a small little girl just coming out of one of the shops that we'd been in. And I just wonder whether the little girl, because my friend said maybe the little girl saw it and picked it up because she's closer to the ground. And I like to think that perhaps that little girl found it and that for her it really, really meant something. So letting go of outcomes, being detached from outcomes. How does that fit in with our new moon in Pisces? Well, I think it fits in very well because, this new moon is interesting because in the event chart, Pluto is conjunct the midheaven of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius, of course, is about higher frequencies, higher consciousness. But it's also about being fixed. Pluto rules Scorpio, which is a fixed sign, and a sign about digging deep. And Pluto uncovers truths. What might be uncovered for you through the process of the next few days of this new moon about the inner you? Because the new moon in Pisces is about that inner self. It's just that we need to, someone's saying, Katie, you think a man picked it up. Perhaps he gave it to the little girl. I like to think that. Thank you, Katie, for that. Thank you. Katie Keeley is a very good friend of mine, and she's a very good psychic. So if you ever want a session with a psychic, I really recommend Katie Keeley. You will find her website if you Google it, or you'll find her on Facebook. So, hi, Janice. Moves and loss. Right. Okay. So, what else have we got? Mimini, it's so hard for Taurians to let go. I'm a Taurus. Of course, it's hard for me to let go. I will think about that star till probably the day I die. But I know on a soul level, I have to let it go. And, maybe George the assassin, my killer cat, in the soon-to-be viral video that you will find on my YouTube channel under Shorts, was trying to knock some sense into me and say, wake up, Penny, wake up and see the bigger picture. Because, of course, I was doing the full moon in Libra, which is about balance and harmony. Well, there was nothing balanced and harmonious about the start to the video. And I was still in a bit of shock when I started recording the video. So I did actually mention what was going on before I started recording the video. Katie, forgiveness around it. He may have needed money and it was meant to go. Nice, also a very nice way to think about that. Yes. Jem, maybe another star is about to enter. Well, we don't know, but maybe, we never know. You are all my stars. You all are part of the constellation that surround me on this channel. And, that's super cool. Is Penny your full name as Penny D and not Penelope? I'm Penelope Susan Dix is my full name. Just for you to know, Penny Rainbow, Penny D Rainbow, I'm Penelope Susan Dix. and I'm a penny. And so I'm a Penny Dix. But I just want to talk about this Pluto in the new moon, because Pluto at the top of the chart is kind of holding the emotions that are in danger of spilling over with a new moon in Pisces, containing that energy. Thank you, Susan. Yes, it is quite a nice name. She's Susan. I'm Susan. And it's containing this emotional energy and trying to guide us towards digging down to the real truth, to the inner gold that lays or lies within all of us. Because remember, we all have that inner gold. So the gold that I lost is the gold I seek within. And the gold that you cannot find is also within you. So we have to seek that gold within. So this new moon, as I say, is accompanied by Mercury entering Aries. So Mercury is like rushing ahead, this planet of communication, into the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac. So it's really saying, this is a new beginning. This is a new dawn. You know, we've got the spring equinox coming on the 20th of March. I might sneak a sneaky live in for the 20th of March, or slip a sneaky live in. It's just a feeling that is coming over me to look at the spring equinox energies, because it is the astrological new year. So it is actually quite